Is it true, ONTL? S2 ONTL? You have pit me against my tag team partner of the Diamond Mine, Brian Nussbaum. No, all kidding aside, I mean, this is going to be a great match. Brian's a great trivia competitor, and he's a very tough opponent. I have faced him in many leagues before, show about trivia, picks and lists, and he definitely has a brain when it comes to a lot of cinema knowledge. So I'm looking forward to this match against him, and looking forward to see how the outcome comes, because I believe we are both 0-1, and one of us is going to get our first win. So let's see who it is.
Well, I'm back here. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Steve, great competitor, and we'll see what happens in Catch Crush difficulty. It could go one way, it could go the other way, and we'll see what happens tonight.
Hey everybody, it is Opening Night Trivia League, ONTL for short. We're here in singles competition tonight. With me tonight on the desk, Mr. Philadelphia himself, Bill Carriola. Bill, how are you feeling and initial thoughts on this matchup tonight?
I'm a little itchy because I was crawling around on the ceiling for work today, but insulation is not pleasant. But should be a fun time. Like you said, it's kind of always fun to see partners go against each other. Who gets to get the bragging rights for the win? So should be an interesting matchup.
And I know if you're watching television anywhere, you'll probably, if you need a good mesothelioma lawyer, I'm sure you'll see it in 5 minutes watching television. With that, let's get into today's competitors. Introducing first, you heard from him first. It's Mr. Mesa Media, Steve Mesa. Steve, how you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling all right, man. We're halfway there, living on a prayer, and I'm about to take some vacation next week because I have a whole week off for Thanksgiving, which is the first time we've done it in Miami-Dade County, so I'm going to enjoy it as much as I can. But I'm here looking forward to doing some trivia, wearing my Mesa Media hat, now available somewhere in my back of my trunk, and film spotting T-shirt. So hopefully this attire brings me a little bit of luck.
And his opponent, the Canadian half of the Diamond Mine, it is Mr. Brian Nussbaum. Brian, how are you today?
Doing good. I'm surprised Steve didn't rep. This is Steve starting off. I'm surprised he didn't show his ASAP belt.
Oh, well. We don't do too much cross promotion here, but in the event that our viewers are seeing this as their first ONTL video, let me break down what's going to happen here in round one. The contestants are going to get 10 questions in 10 different categories. They each have whiteboards. They'll write their answers down on those whiteboards. I'll give them 20 seconds to think of an answer and write an answer down. When time is up, I'll call on each of them. They'll turn their boards around. They will say their answer. They will show their answer. And if it is right, they'll get 1 point. If they get all 10 questions right, there is an 11th question, but that doesn't happen too often. Bill, would you like to read the odds or the evens in this case?
I mean, you work here. I'm a guest, so I'll let you go.
All right, I'll read the first question then. Gentlemen, remember, you have 3 repeats and a challenge should you need it. But let's get started. Your first category is the very, very broad category of romance. What 1995 romance film is about an American man and a French woman meeting in Vienna?
That's where they make sausages, right?
They make the little sausages there, I believe. Those little ones that they put in a can. I've never been, but if I do go, I'm going to find that factory and see what it's like there. But we need to know what movie that is. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll start with Steve.
Before Sunrise.
And Brian.
I just put Amelie.
All right. Interesting. Steve is correct. Before Sunrise is the right answer.
All right. Your next question comes in the category of quotes. In what 2022 film will you hear the quote, "In another life, I would have really liked just doing laundry and taxes with you"?
It's quite a specific quote.
Those are also 2 totally boring things to do. I wouldn't like to do those with anybody, personally.
I got a new laundry machine, new washing machine and dryer you can control with your phone. It's so great being dragged, kicking and screaming into the 21st century. But hey, everyone here is probably doing laundry at some rate. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brian.
Told guys put everything everywhere all at once.
And Steve.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Both correct. Everything Everywhere All at Once is the right answer. Your third question comes in the category of animation. What kind of animals are Bernard and Bianca in The Rescuers? And then,
That is two names you don't really hear much anymore.
yeah, I don't know. I
don't know many Bernards, and I think Bianca just became a porn girl name.
Yeah, I don't know any Bernards that are under the age of 70.
Nope.
And Bianca, yeah, I think I agree with you on Bianca. That's the only.
I do see a lot of Tuckers and Jalen's though.
Hunter and all right, that's enough making fun of little kids. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Steve.
Mice.
And Brian.
Mice was by Bob Newhart, Jar Jar Gabor.
And yes, they are mice.
All right. Your next question comes in the category of directors. Who directed Tron Legacy, Only the Brave, and Oblivion?
I don't know if I've seen any of those. I've seen Tron.
Tron Legacy is kind of all right. Yeah.
Right. I've seen the original Tron. But
the original Tron is totally okay too. I don't know what Only the Brave is. It's probably something about a baseball team.
Or maybe firefighters.
Maybe. Sounds like that kind of thing.
3, 2, 1. Brian.
Coppola.
And Steve.
Joseph Kosinski.
Joseph Kosinski is correct. Your fifth question comes in the category of the 1990s. What is the name of the band that plays the titular song in That Thing You Do?
It's a fine little movie.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I've said this before because I've asked questions about this movie before. But like when I first started working in the movie theater, it was opening week for this movie.
Okay. I will say you do get tired of hearing that song by the end.
Yes.
You hear it enough.
But what's the name of that band? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Steve.
The Wonders.
And Brian.
The Wonders.
The Wonders is correct.
All right. Your next category is action adventure. Carl Weathers, Jesse Ventura, and Shane Black provide supporting performances in what action film?
Some people might need to turn in their fan cards if they get this one wrong, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. This movie, I believe, checks notes, fucks. Yes.
Yes. A lot of these performances,
like it's dirty too. Like they write novels about it. That's how bad it is. So
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brian.
Predator.
And Steve.
Predator.
Yes, Predator is correct. Your seventh question comes in the category of Oscars. Okay. Which song from Back to the Future was nominated for Best Original Song? A lot of songs in this movie, though, so pick the one that it is.
Yeah. I do remember I saw one of those things on the line once. It was just like explain a plot badly, and it's like teenage boy actively tries to not bang his mom. And when you boil that plot down, that's real messed up. So
true. Mm-hmm. He has to fend her off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Steve.
Power of Love.
And Brad.
That's the Power of Love.
Yes, it's a great rendition of that song. Go ahead, Bill.
All right. Famous actors and actresses is your next question. Leonard Whiting and Olivia Hussey co-star in which classic film based on a Shakespeare play? I pray to God. I said those names great. Is it Leonard? I said Leonard, didn't I? Fuck, I don't care.
You never know.
I don't get paid to do this, so I'll fucking mispronounce some fucking names. Unless it's of another culture, and then I'll apologize.
Yeah. If Leonard Whiting wants to write into the showrunners at ONTL.
I mean, that is the whitingest name I've ever heard. Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brian.
Hamlet.
And Steve.
Romeo and Juliet.
Yes, Romeo and Juliet. I believe that's the version, the G-rated version with the boobs in it. They show kids in school.
Totally yep. G-rated.
Yeah. And the penultimate question. In 2010s, what East Coast city does Carl Casper create his food truck in before starting the cross-country road trip in Chef?
I was super hungry after watching this film. During watching this film, it's
Yeah. Not to spoil too much of the movie if you haven't seen it, but like the particular flagship item, I usually order it wherever I go just to see where
Can
I'm
I get a repeat?
Yes, you can. Steve's first repeat. What East Coast city does Carl Casper create his food truck in before starting his cross-country trip in Chef?
All right, that's what I thought.
food porn, the movie.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So fucking hungry by the end of that.
Wind it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Steve. Am I frozen?
Nope. Steve.
Oh.
Miami.
And Brian.
Miami
is correct. Yes.
Correct. All right. And we get into your final question, and we'll say that. Yep.
Yeah, we got you. I think you're lagging a little bit, but we got you. And Bill will read you your final question in the round.
Yep. Give me 1 sec. Sorry. All right. And just a reminder, Steve hits us. We'll have a perfect round. So your final question is in the category of classics. Audrey Hepburn and Shirley MacLaine co-star in what classic film about two teachers who have a rumor spread about them that could ruin their careers? Somewhere out in the internet, Anthony Tisdale is applauding. So
I did watch this particular film for a match, and
Can I get a repeat because my internet just went out.
I'll give you a technical if John, would you concur that? Okay,
that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. In the category of classics, Audrey Hepburn and Shirley MacLaine co-star in what classic film about two teachers who have a rumor spread about them that could ruin their careers?
Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah, I won't say too much about this film in particular. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Bill, have you seen this particular film?
I've not. Sounds messed up.
It gets a little dark.
A little dark. Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brian.
Totally got supposed to be though.
And Steve.
I couldn't pull. I just put down Roman Holiday.
Both incorrect. Looking for a film, probably one of my favorite Audrey Hepburn films, The Children's Hour. That little girl needs to get kicked in the face. That's what I say about that movie. The Children's Hour is right answer. With that, Steve just missing out on the perfect round. He got 9. Brian has 6. With that, we're going to go on to round 2. And for those of you maybe joining us the first time, here's how round 2 works. Before this match aired, both these gentlemen picked a film. They both watched both films. We wrote a series of deep cut questions from those films. If we're talking about your particular film and you get a right answer, that's worth a point to you. If we're talking about your opponent's movie and you get a right answer, that's worth 2 points for you. Steve, since you're in the lead, do you want to ask questions about your film or Brian's film first? I believe your film is Terrifier 2 and Brian's film is Addams Family Values. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Let's go with Brian's questions first.
Addams Family Values. Bill, I'll give you the option. Do you want to read those Addams Family questions or you read them Art the Clown questions?
I'll go with the one movie of these two I've seen. I'm take the Addams Family Values questions.
All right, go for it.
All right. Your first question. In Addams Family Values, what did the nanny agency suggest the Addamses use when they reported they were out of replacements?
I gotta say, I hadn't seen this in a while, but it was, it was just as fun as I remembered it. It's not really like something I would go to normally, but it's fun. I'm not.
I did it for some studying, and it was actually, I would say, really good.
I'm not gonna hate on it. No. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Steve.
I said use a phone book.
And Brian.
I completely blanked on that one.
They told Morticia to get a Doberman.
Doberman.
Yes.
All right. Your next question. What are the 3 forces Wednesday tells Joel are tearing them apart?
Heartbreaking scene. but give me a few extra seconds because there's three. Yeah, there's a few things in there.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brian
I could put you up on Nanny and Baby.
and Steve.
I put 7th grade, puberty, and family.
Steve got one of them. It's
Yeah.
Gary, Debbie, and the 7th grade.
All right. Your third question in Adam's Family Values. Gomez refers to Debbie as the temptress of where to the desk sergeant.
See. I almost gave a hint because of this scene. It's a good scene. Put it that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I won't say anything. Yeah.
What do you refer to her as? In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Steve
The temptress of Waikiki.
and Brian.
Episode Waikiki.
Waikiki is correct. Desk Sergeant, played by Nathan Lane. That was surprising to see.
All right. Your fourth question. When Morticia goes into labor, how far apart does she report her contractions are? Childbirth, always good comedy. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, they made it work. They put their little spin on it.
Yeah, they did. Absolutely, they did. Talk about the movie.
4, 3, 2, 1. Brian
I put 8 feet.
and Steve.
I put 3 centimeters.
We're looking for a spirit of time at 15 seconds. Her contractions are 15 seconds apart.
Okay.
All right. Your final question in Adam's Family Values. During Camp Mail Call, what last name is said immediately after the Adams? Did you ever go to camp?
Not like a full-on summer camp, but I've been to like specific camps. Like,
Yeah.
I went to like a football camp where I was actually at a camp playing football, and I went to a debate camp where I was actually at a camp debating. But I never been to like a real summer camp. No.
Yeah, I never. Yeah, I lived in the city. We didn't do that kind of thing. So
Yeah, I had to travel pretty far myself to go to those things.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Steve
I put Aaron.
and Brian.
I put Buckman.
Brian, you're close. We're looking for Barkley. Barkley is the name that's called after them. With that, we'll go on to our Terrifier 2 questions, worth a point for Steve and 2 points for Brian. Here is your first question. In Sienna's Clown Cafe Dream, the announcer says which company makes Art Krispies?
Huh? You know, when you haven't seen the movie, that question doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's a dream sequence. It's definitely a dream sequence. So
It's like
you get to do whatever the hell you want.
So I will share that you're wearing that coat. I read it a while ago. Somebody was like, try explaining Super Mario Brothers to somebody that's never played it. You sound like an insane person.
It's true. This guy jumps on turtles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll start with Brian
I put Pillsbury.
and Steve.
Kellogg.
No, the company's name is Sugar Plum. Sugar Plum makes Art Krispies. Your second question. How much does the horn Art buys at the costume shop cost? Not going to say he pays for it, but how much does it cost?
We don't want to give that. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
We don't want to give away if he upholds the law or not.
Yeah.
Oh.
We need the value of that item in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Steve
I think $8.95.
and Brian.
I went high, put 169.
Steve, very close. It's $8.99.
Son of a bitch.
Your third question. When Jonathan comes out of hiding and runs towards the funhouse exit, what weapon is Art armed with?
So this is an erotic thriller, or what's this movie?
It definitely, there's a lot of sexual tension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 9.5 weeks, part 3. Get your clown on.
It's just like that. It is almost exactly like that.
I would make a joke of 9.5 weeks too, but apparently that movie already happened.
There's definitely a scene in a bedroom. 5,
Cool.
4, 3, 2, 1. We are over to Brian
Put machete.
and Steve.
Scalpel.
Scalpel is correct. Your fourth question. What's the first rule of Molly etiquette? Important even outside the film.
Like the drug?
The drug, Molly.
This is definitely a family film.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that scene in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang where they did a quick bump. Yeah.
That reminds me of a story I'll tell in a little bit.
Fair enough.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are over to Steve.
Don't ever call your mom while tripping on Molly.
And Brian.
I put don't overdose.
Don't call your mom. Never ever call your mother while rolling on Molly.
Never ever.
And your final question in Terrifier 2. What exactly is Art doing when the man in the laundromat wakes up? Anyway, the story is my mom had surgery on her ankle. And she said to me, be careful. The doctors told me I'm allergic to morphine. And I go, I've never had that, but I know I'm not allergic to cocaine. Anyway. 5,
Okay. There's no comment that will make that funnier.
2, 1. Brian.
I put looking for victims.
And Steve.
Playing patty cake by himself.
Playing patty cake by himself is correct. With that, I have Steve jumping up to a 14-7 lead. Is that what you have?
That's what I have.
All right. Our third and final round in singles is the IMDb round. It's a little complex. I'm going to break it down for you kids at home. There's 2 sets of movies. They're worth 2, 3, and 5 points apiece. For the 2-point question, you're going to get the year of release, the main actor in the movie, and the genres of the movie. For 3 points, you're going to get the year of release, the director, and the plot keywords. And for 5 points, we just give you the decade, but you get to choose whether you want the year of release, the director, the actor, a co-actor, the genres, or the keywords. You get 3 of them. Steve, since you're in the lead, you get to choose. Do you want set 1 or set 2?
Let's go with set 2.
All right. And since Bill read Brian's movie, I will read Brian his questions in set 1. You don't need your board, Brian, unless you're going to write stuff down.
Yep.
Your 2-point question in set 1. Your year of release is 1975. Your lead actor is Ryan O'Neal. And your genres are romance, drama, and war.
The Sugarland Express.
Was that Sugarland Express?
Yes.
That is incorrect. We're looking for Barry Lyndon. Barry Lyndon.
Okay.
And you, with the 7-point differential, you will need to hit both of these questions to knock it back over to Steve. Here is your 3-point question. Your year is 1994. Your director is Woody Allen. And your plot keywords are playwright, gangsters, and New York.
Congrats, Steve. Can't pull this one.
What was that?
Can't pull it.
Can't pull it. Okay. And you're a winner. Steve Mesa, we were looking for Bullets Over Broadway for that 3-pointer.
Okay.
With that being said, we'll go to post-match interviews, starting with our unfortunate second place finisher, Brian. Brian, it was tough. You know, it looked like you kept it kind of close in round 1. We got into round 2. Things just didn't go your way. And then maybe it was just too much of a hill to climb. How you feeling?
I feel okay. Round 1 got the question I knew. I found it. I love the movie a lot. I just couldn't remember some of those questions that were asked. For Steve's movie, I didn't have time to watch the film, so that sort matches up. But Steve's a good player. I love playing against him, either in different leagues. So I feel okay about this.
Okay. Well, Brian, that's obviously, year's ending, but we're definitely going to have you back next year. Is there anybody you're looking forward to maybe playing when you come back? JPO, we probably can make that happen. Okay, Brian, again, thanks for stopping in. We're going to talk to Steve now. Steve, your first win here in ONTL. You finally got that monkey off your back. I know you're feeling good. What do you got to say to the people out there?
No, man, it's great to have a first win after having 1 defeat in singles and 2 defeat in tags, and again, all these matches, including against you yourself, they were cutting it close. I was either 1 or 2 points away from a win or tying it, but it's just a matter, it was just a matter of just trying to get that first win, and I got that first win. And hey, I'll say this. Terrifier 2 has been the movie I've seen the most this year. So that's why I have played. That's why I'm trying to use that as my strategy, depending if what my next match is. But I think I'll be keeping it because I do like that movie despite how disturbing it is. And it's fun.
We're going to dive into the rule book here for a second. You can only use it once per season in singles, so you can use it once next season, but then you'll have to pick something else. But you can also use it in teams once per season if you get Brian on board watching it.
I believe they call that the hard ticket to Hawaii rule.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm down with that. It's like this is all news to me. Like this is like new, like new league. So like thank you for reminding me about that. It's just now I know I can use it once for next season and then pick another movie.
Yeah. That being said, you're 1-1 now in singles, so that opens the door for you. Is there anybody in particular you're looking to play?
There's a couple people, some familiar faces that I've faced before. I definitely would like to take a shot at. I don't know if Ryan Payne is in this league, or I know Jeremy Potters he's a person that I would like to face. Definitely for sure. I don't know if JPL is involved, but if he's involved, I would like to have him there. Okay, I would like to face Ryan. He's really one of the best movie trivia players out there, and I'd like to also get a little bit of not revenge, but a little back, get my win back from him at MTC. So I don't mind facing Ryan, but again, I wouldn't mind facing Jeremy neither. So either of those competitors you can put me up against for my next match, I would appreciate, or anybody you guys have in mind. So I'm down for anybody to face me. So I really have no qualms about who it is.
All right. I imagine with this season winding down, it'll be early next year, but I will take your considerations up to the persons in charge, and we'll see then. Steve, thank you again. We're going to close it out now. Bill, final thoughts.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was real close in round 1, and then we've all been there. You hit a snag round 2, and then it's just like you can watch these movies a million times, and sometimes they'll just ask for something you didn't write down. So
that is true.
It has happened to the best of us.
I've seen it happen. I've seen people just hit that wall in round 2. It is not fun. No. Deep cuts are not fun if you're not prepared. I'll tell you that much. With that being said, this has been Opening Night Trivia League, ONTL for short. I'm John Moore. That's Bill Cariola. For Steve Mesa and Brian Nussbaum. For the admins, writers, and other hosts, we appreciate you. Come on back next time. Like, subscribe, hit that tiny bell, and we will see you the next time it is Opening Night Trivia.